Evening, everyone. We are joined with our 2025 John Deere Classic winner, Brian Campbell. Brian, congrats on your second PGA Tour victory and second this season. What was it like to get it done in a playoff again?
A little bit familiar from Mexico, but oh man, just so over the moon to be in that position and to come back and finish it off, and a lot of nerves, that's for sure, but I can't believe we're here, and what a special event.
And just like you said, special event. First time you played here was on a sponsor exemption. Went to Illinois. What is it like to have kind of this hometown field crowd for the win?
Oh, it's awesome. I've never, had this much support at any golf tournament, and so I never knew it would be this awesome to, feel the crowd out there and get it done in that fashion.
Earlier, you were talking about trusting the process. What has that been like after you captured your first victory and had a little bit of lull, battling some illnesses, but to be back in the winner's circle so soon?
Yeah, it was definitely a challenge. After your first win, there's, I'd say a lot of expectations that come about. Unfortunately, I dealt with a lot of, random sicknesses that hit me and pulled me out of a few tournaments I really wanted to play, and even more so, I just really had to trust what I had been doing before, and and now we're here. It's just wild.
I may have a few more, but I'm going to go and open it to the media. If you guys have a question, raise your hand, and we'll start off here with George.
Ryan, I was talking to Kelsey about you being a poster child for perseverance. You talk about earning your card a decade ago, losing it in 2017, relegated to the Corn Ferry Tour, the injuries, the illnesses, getting it back 2 years ago, winning this year. What does it mean?
It means everything. This is what I've worked my entire life to be in this position, and unfortunately we had a couple years there where it wasn't looking so good. You have to start thinking about, am I going to do something else? Maybe pro golf or this route's not going to work out, but it really was all at second stage Q school. About 2 or 3 years ago, I made like a quintuple bogey on a par 3, and I thought my career was over in that moment. And that night just kind of had a self-talk with myself and said, you know what, whatever happens is okay. Trust yourself. And next round I went out there and shot 8 under and got myself right back in there. And I guess I was like, maybe golf's not over for me. And that moment was when everything changed.
A lot of men have won one tournament. To win 2 tournaments, you've proven that Mexico was not some happenstance. You also proved that you're money in the playoffs, and you proved that magic happens at the John Deere.
Magic does happen at the John Deere. I just can't think of all the shots. I mean, Spieth's hole out from the bunker, Stricker's impossible 5-iron from the bunker to win for his 3rd time, and then I got to play with Zach Johnson Thursday and Friday, and that was awesome to talk about some of his shots that he's had here, and what a great guy. So I'm just so thrilled to be here, and they put on such an amazing tournament here. Thanks.
We have Craig here on the right.
Brian, where were you when Stricker made his incredible up and down from the bunker in 2011, and what is his success here? How does that to join him as one of 2 Fighting Illini winners? What does that mean? Oh,
I'm just so proud to be in the same conversation as Steve Stricker. I mean, I've looked up to him even before college started, and to let alone go to the same college as him and to share a few conversations with him has been amazing. But in 2011, I was just watching it on TV, and the awe of this tournament, it really is spectacular. The finishing hole is one of the coolest finishing holes that we play out here. A lot can happen, birdies can be made, tournaments can be won, and it's just so fun to be here.
You were still in high school then? You were considering Illinois?
That would have been, I think I would have been graduating at that moment, going to, I think I did know at that point, yeah.
Left, we have Nick.
After you won in Mexico, the video of your girlfriend's reaction went viral. A lot of people loved that. What was the reaction like this time? Are you guys starting to get a little more used to it?
Definitely not. This is something I don't think you'll ever be completely used to, but I know we're both shocked. Mexico was definitely a shock, and it was just so special that we were able to share that moment together. And yeah, reliving it this week is pretty special.
When you say you're shocked, are you not even really thinking about winning the golf tournament while you're out there playing? Is it not even in your mind, and then you get to the end and you're like, wow, I just won?
I guess that's kind of how I approach most weeks. Is there's things that I can control and things that I can't control, and the best thing I can do is give myself as many looks as I can, and I was doing that. And so I think there were definitely moments in the week where I was thinking about, hey, this could be a special week. I don't know if I like to let myself get ahead of myself and think about winning all that much, but I know if we stick around and keep doing the right things that we're going to be there in the end.
With the last few holes, with the leaderboard being what it was, how do you sort of keep yourself even keel and not getting too ramped up during play?
A lot of practice. I think practicing these moments of stress and where almost like you can't control your body is just, you got to really practice those. And then drawing off a lot of confidence from past tournaments like Mexico. This was a great test for me to kind of think back to those moments and try to apply them the best I could.
And lastly, you talked about the great fan support here, the Illinois connection. Was that did that sort of spur you on, or did it add to pressure, or you just sort of enjoyed it?
To start the week, I thought maybe it would add some pressure. I wasn't, expecting anything crazy this week, but as the days went by, we just kept having more supporters come out and more familiar faces. And to answer your question, yeah, it definitely spurred me on, definitely gave me confidence, and just thinking back to the college days really was awesome.
Moving over to the right, we have Tim in the back.
Brian, thinking of team play, any thoughts of the Ryder Cup bouncing through your head? You're a two-time winner this year and two-time winners.
Well, I have had no thought about that whatsoever. I just know how much I love the Ryder Cup, and to let alone be in the same conversation as the Ryder Cup is wild. So the best thing I can do is just keep working on what I'm doing and keep moving forward, and I think we'll see what happens when that comes around.
Brian, you talk about your time at Illinois. How did your time there prepare you for pressure moments, dealing with adversity, things like that, now in the PGA Tour?
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what Coach Small helps us to do is prepare for those moments. We practice with our team. We're very competitive with our team, but it's also a very we care about each other very much, and we care about each other's success. And I think that mixed with the competitive vibe is really the special part of it.
We're getting the microphone up to Tom in the front.
Did you hear the ILL chants out there this week?
All week, literally every day, yeah.
Did you respond to them?
I probably responded to maybe 3 to 5 per day. There's a lot, and sometimes I don't want to get in the way of some other players' shots or things like that, but I gotta say I love the support. Keep yelling, keep doing what you do out there, and it really spurred me on and was awesome to hear.
Earlier in the week, you were talking about being back in Illinois, enjoying the weather conditions, let the wind blow, I'm used to it. Did it feel like you were back at home, like you were down in Champaign this week?
100%. Even the humidity. Not saying I love it, but it's it put me back in the state of mind of the days I used to, or whether it was qualifying to get onto the team at college, or just playing with Coach and playing with the team. I didn't expect it to rain off and on 4 or 5 times today, but kudos to my caddy for keeping us in there.
Great.
Was the weather a factor in the scores at the top of the board, kind of coming back? I mean, there were a lot of low numbers early, and yet 18 under is the lowest winning score here since Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah. I was expecting, I had kind of a target in my head, maybe 19-20 if I could get there. I knew guys might be around there, but then the weather came out of nowhere, and when that happens, it changes how soft or firm areas are. Your drives aren't going to go as far too, and then the wind's switching all around when these rain showers come in. So I think it just got really tricky in the end, and I think that's why everyone kind of hung right around 17, 18, and it was just a little tricky in the end there.
Calling on your perseverance, 15 could have really taken you out of it, but what was your mindset at that point? Just keep going.
Yeah, horrible feeling in the moment. Just made a bad swing. I think the humidity made me slip just a little bit, and I knew it was in the hazard from the start, and so I just kind of accepted it, and I was like, you know what, we're still in this. There's a lot of holes left that I actually really like, so I just kind of was drawing on that confidence, and would have loved to save bogey there. It would have been a great bogey save, but I knew we were still going to be with 1 or 2 shots back with a few to play, and so going back to Mexico, as soon as that ball bounced back in play, I knew I was still in it, and to not let up.
Speaking of that, was finding the fairway pretty gratifying in the playoff? Was it like I validated?
It was way better to be in the fairway. I was a little bit on the edge of a drain though, and so that didn't make things perfect, but just had to figure it out.
Staying on the playoff hole, what did you hit into the green?
7-iron.
Did you want to take that aggressive a line, or were you a little bit off on the shot?
It probably came off like a foot left of what I was expecting. I was on a severely ball below my feet lie just because of the drainage, and so I was trying to counteract that a little bit, and I guess I overcorrected just a tiny bit, but I gave myself room for that error, and I knew if I put a good swing on it that landing in the center of the green with that line was going to end up okay.
You were never worried about it going in the water then?
Oh, you're always worried about it going in the water. That's what golf is. But no, I just drawing on the confidence from this entire week, trusting the swings you've made all week, and knowing that you can make that swing with enough confidence.
Back to George.
Statistically speaking, shortest driver on the PGA Tour. What's your message to all the bombers out there who fell short?
I'm not going to tell them to hit it any shorter, that's for sure. I think they're going to be just fine doing what they do, but it just goes to show that there's so many different games out here. There's so many different ways to play the game. There's not one way to get it done, and that was something that I proved to myself earlier this season, and it's paid off.
How would you characterize your game? Thinking man approach, making the most of those opportunities?
Yeah, I'm definitely a grinder. Ever since my junior golf days and college golf, I've just loved to save par. I love having the moment to kind of figure out any shot. So definitely a grinder. I pride myself on my putting too, my ability to find the hole. And strategy, definitely course management is something that's huge for me. Thinking my way around the course. I'm not going to outdrive everybody. I'm not going to out ball strike everyone every week, but I can do my best to outthink everybody.
Brian, when's the party? And
Back on the left.
when's the party, and how are you going to celebrate?
Oh man, I have no idea. I think we're headed to Scotland tonight, so got to celebrate in Scotland, I guess.
Perfect. And we'll finish up with final one here on the right.
You are on the charter.
Yes.
Talk about your relationship with Cooper. He called you a fighter. He said he was talking, you guys have a really good relationship for the last 2.5 years. Just how important has he been for you here these last couple of years?
He's been amazing. We linked up middle of the season on the Korn Ferry 2.5 years ago, and I just saw a guy who was young, eager to learn, and eager to have some fun too. You're going to have low points out here, and you're going to have high points, but I think finding someone who knows how to handle both of those very well is key. And again, we're out here. Sometimes I'm with him more than I am with my girlfriend or my family, and so just having someone you love to be around and hang out with for a few hours is really crucial.
I said he called you a fighter. He seemed like he was getting a little emotional talking to him. To have someone believe in you that way, with you on your side every round, how important is that for you?
It's huge. To have people in your corner that truly believe in you is almost more important than you believing in yourself. Man, it's just I'm so blessed to have the people around me, really.
Perfect. With that, that's all the questions we have. Brian, again, congratulations, and let's get you on that plane.
Thank you so much, you guys.